Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do the full review of the Liong Lanny version 2. So I'm going to rip through this one because I just did a couple other reviews, and I kind of reviewed this design already, but it was the CRKT Lanny, the assisted one. And I'm very grateful to Big Sexy, who sent me this to review, for sending this, because I didn't feel the need to review it because I had checked out the Lanny from CRKT, but this really does deserve its own review because of how good it is. I really like it, and I think CRKT kind of took some weird, I don't know, the way they finished that aluminum just bothered me. But overall design it was identical, and it felt, like the ergos and everything, so in that sense they did a good job. Anyway, this has a reversible clip, which is awesome. We're working with titanium. We're working with this really nice micarta. I've never felt micarta like this from Riot. It's like a hard resined micarta, so it's not that kind of soft feeling micarta you get a lot. Very good transitions. The hardware is all bronzed out, and then you have this M390 steel blade with a compound grind. So this has a hollow in the back and a flat in the front, very reminiscent of a Chavez or a J-Cape. It's one of my favorite blade finishes, is to do a compound grind like that. It does look like also it's a stone wash on the hollow and a belt satin on the flat, which is pretty cool. I really like that. Very unique. So aesthetically, when this is closed, it's a very cool looking little knife. I like the flipper tab. I like the coloring. I like the jimping. It's just a really sweet knife. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is the clip being pokey looking. It doesn't actually bother you in hand or anything, but it just kind of looks like it's going to be pokey. I don't know. I appreciate it being reversible. I do wish that maybe for the price, it's like $400, $450 for this knife, maybe they would have done a micarta filler tab instead of using titanium there, so it would have matched a little better, but that's nitpicking. Yeah, and then when it's open, I love this really cool clip point blade on here with the compound grind. It's just really sexy with that fuller. And it's a beautiful knife. Very beautiful knife from Liong. Ergonomics. It's a smaller knife, guys. I just get all 4 fingers on comfortably. Fits pretty well. You do have a flipper choil situation. You can choke up like this a little bit at your own risk, of course. It has the jimping, classic razorback from Liong, kind of slanted back to catch you going forward and be smooth going back. Yeah, it feels a little bit small in my hand, and I do feel that point of that clip just slightly on my fingers, but I can adjust them to where it's a non-issue. In your right hand, you don't even feel the clip, really. Not more than you feel any clip, because it exists, obviously. Feels really good. Again, flipper choil situation and jimping. So ergos are good. If you have a larger hand than mine, so I wear a size large to XL glove. If you have anything bigger than that, I would say if you're XL and up, don't even bother. It's going to be a 3-finger knife probably, or just really cramped, if you know what I mean. It just works for me, but I would stand for it to be a little longer, Carry. So carry is, again, clips really good. It works very well. Wish it wasn't so pokey, but it doesn't change anything. It goes in and out of pocket. Carried it in my back left pocket when I carried it, and it was great. Centering is dead nuts. It also is pretty lightweight, actually. It probably weighs like 3.5 ounces, 4 ounces maybe. So yeah, it's good. Cutting, did not really cut with it because, again, it's a very expensive knife from Big Sexy, and I just didn't really think to do it. I trust Riot and their grinds and the M390 they use, and I trust Liong Ma's designs, and they always cut well. So I could probably easily say this cuts very well. but I didn't actually cut with it. I don't think, maybe sliced a piece of paper to check it was sharp or something. But yeah, on these really expensive knives, I try not to really mess with them when they're loaners. If it's my knife, I go ham, right? I'll use it on whatever pops up. But loaners, I try to be careful and just give you my honest take on the fact that it's probably going to be really good, but I didn't actually really cut with it, okay? Sounds. Pretty standard, click open, click close, not very loud, nothing crazy good, nothing bad, right? Middle of the road type deal. This filler tab screw is actually loose right now. I am tightening it with my fingers. Luckily, I have my handy dandy Vero driver right here. Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. Just want to make sure it's a T8. It is. Check all the screws real quick that I can. Oh, that is a T8 on the spinning pivot. Looks like T8 hardware all around. Let me just check this guy. Okay, I was right about it on the GSD. It is a T6 on the insert, carbon fiber insert, sorry. All right, anyway, so I tighten that down. I can confirm T8 all around on this bad boy, even the lock face insert. Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with me? Steel insert, steel lock face insert. What the fuck? Why can't I think of the word? I don't know why I'm saying it all weird. Anyway, you know what the fuck I mean. Yeah, so where was I at? Sounds, it's okay. It's middle of the road, right? That takes us to action, where you see the flipper tab and the angle of it. It has good jimping. So you kind of give it the old push button, right? Or you can light switch it. I do wish the angle was a little bit more raised up, like instead of coming down like this, which I get it, it looks cool. I wish that flipper tab kind of flattened out a little bit, because I kind of feel like I was trying to slip off there and it just fucking opened. So it's a really good design on the flipper tab, I guess. The way the jimping is done, it catches your finger really well. I assume that it might slip off. Now, the detent isn't the strongest. It's definitely solid. You can see it works, but I bet you I can... Okay, maybe I can't feel it. So it's just strong enough to... Yeah, the bearings and everything, pivot's really good, and the detent's just strong enough to get it all the way out. And I think they lightened it a little bit so you could do a reverse flick. Which you just saw I can do left-handed. Let me see. It's kind of a hit or miss. It's not like a consecutive, I can sit there and bang it out over and over type flick, but you can do it. I don't know about right-handed. I don't think I've ever been able to. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do it right-handed. I think I'm on that lock bar somehow. So yeah. Anyway, the action's really good on the open. Close is pretty good. It's not quite dropped shut. I bet you I could probably tune it to be, or clean it up, or put bearings in it. It's rock solid though. Like, it's not going anywhere, and it is very smooth. So I really like the action on it. Does it have a detent ball ramp? Yes, it does. Detent ball ramp working its magic. So really good knife, guys. Dead nuts on the centering, of course. Riot just kills it with Liong's designs. Value, yeah, I mean, it's a $450 knife, I'll call it. Maybe this one's $400 with the micarta instead of carbon fiber. I think they're still available on Liong Mod's website. I think he restocked earlier this year. I've seen them, I believe, at River's Edge Cutlery now carries Liong. A couple other retailers do. I think the price is fine. You're getting an M390 compound grind blade with titanium micarta, very well fit and finished design. Like a lot of people would say, right? But I can get a Chavez with a compound grind, titanium, all titanium, or the carbon fiber one, an M390, and it's only $350, right? Why is this $450? Well, first off, that's very subjective because it comes down to what the company is doing. Like, is Liong charging a little more so he can put more money into other things like larger production runs or materials or what? And the main thing that I can speak to about Liong's designs and the manufacturer by Riot is just that they're at a different level than the Chavez, than the J-Cape, than F5.5, than pretty much name it, knife. His knives are on another level. They take Riot up a notch to again, I've said this before, to a almost custom knife level. Like, I don't know what it is, but he pushes Riot, like, I'm guessing, to their highest capability. Maybe they could do better, but I don't know where you would get better. The fit and finish, the way the materials are used a lot of times is different. The milling that's done, the way the hardware is done, different techniques like monoblock he's done. The finish on the blade, having a stonewash here, a belt satin here, a different finish up here. Like, it's just done to another level. And I think that's why they cost more money than a Chavez does, right? It's just that extra stuff you're getting. So anyway, that's my theory on that. I absolutely love Liong Ma's designs, and I'm very grateful to Big Sexy for letting me check out the Lanny version 2. I would say if you're into flippers, and if you're left-handed especially and you're into flippers, you get a reversible clip here. You can flick it if you get lucky, I could do it earlier. I love the reversible clip. I said that a million times. It's a very well-built knife with great materials and undoubtedly a good cutter. And it's a good little guy, basically. If you're into the smaller knives, I mean, it's not small, but it's like bug-out size, I think. Then this is a great option for you if you're willing to spend the money and see what the differences are, because you can see where your money goes on a Liong Ma. I've never gotten one and been like, oh, why is he charging $450? Why is he charging $360 for this field duty EDC? I've never said that. I'm always like, oh yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you to Big Sexy for sending this my way. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.